Hey, Peeps Galucia here, bringing you another episode of my Civ 5 playthrough, the Brave New World expansion pack, so we're fully expanded here on this playthrough, and this is the post-industrial era playthrough. There's a lot of different things that I had to say there. Yeah, sure. So for today's episode, we've advanced a little bit beyond the last episode. A few turns went by. A couple of exciting things went down. If you'll recall, I was building Broadway in this city right here, and I found out through one of my delegates that Brazil was building the Broadway as well. So it ended up being a race to the finish. It was pretty crazy. I was really worried that I was going to lose that race, and there wasn't really anything I could do to speed things up. It was just, all I could do was hope for the best, and I got it. So, and I got an explosion of culture from it because I already had a great musician waiting. I had one great musician waiting, and then I finished the broadcast tower, so I put him in there. Then I got another one, so he was just sitting in the wait. I finished Broadway, which gives you a great musician and 3 slots for great works of music. So then I was able to establish both of them, and on the same turn, I got a great artist up in Copenhagen and established him. So you can see now that my tourism is up to 54. So I keep plugging along with the whole tourism thing. That is going well. Let's see here. Oh, and I finally finished the Opera House. I'm going to need that for even more music slots, so that's good. So I can get off of culture for a minute in this city, because they are falling behind in pretty much everything other than culture, since that was my focus for a while. So we'll be able to work on some other buildings for them. You can see I started the Gatling gun there, so I got back on track a little bit with making some units, because I continue to be a little bit worried about that. And once this turn progresses, I will show you the rest of the updates. So we're still working on the Eiffel Tower. It's taking a long time. The capital does not have as much production as this place does. And I think what I'm going to actually do is, after I finish the Eiffel Tower, I'm going to turn back on the growth that I'm going to allow the town to grow just a little bit, at least to 20 people. I feel like they could use just a few more residents, and that could possibly increase the production as well. Oh, shoot. Which ship was this one? Okay, we still have the one going to the city-state, so this was the one that was going to Dido. So we got to reestablish that. Which one is the best? This one is. Oh, no! See, again, now Brazil is working on constructing the Eiffel Tower. And dang it all to heck, okay, so there is a way to fix this, and I'm going to fix it right now. So here's what we're going to do. I have some gold put away, thank goodness. We're going to purchase a caravan, and then next turn, I'm going to use that caravan to send production to Copenhagen to speed up the Eiffel Tower. That's one of the new things that you can now do in this game. I also need to check with any of my city-states that I have as an ally to see if I'm close to losing any of them as an ally. So we got these guys, and they're fine for a while. These guys should be even better. Oh, they're exactly the same. And then there's Zanzibar, and they're close, but I'll still have them. So I have 4 allies with city-states ready for the vote, so that's really good. Oh, if I lose the Eiffel Tower, that'll suck. That is a ton of tourism. 12 tourists from that. And Brazil is not even in the race anymore as far as tourism goes. The fact that they're going for that is probably more of a thing just to say, I don't want him to have it. And less to do with, it would help us if we had it. But some other things. So archaeology. I never got around to getting this one here. And way up here, this one eventually got consumed by my borders. Now I have 2 antiquity sites that I can go to. So that's pretty exciting, and I want to make good use of that. There we go. Send 6 production per turn to Copenhagen. Bow. Yes, so now the Eiffel Tower is going to go from 7 turns to, what, 6? Well, that didn't really help much. All right, so that turn I got 2 researches done because I had a research agreement finished, so that was kind of cool. But I was a little disappointed that the sending a caravan of production to Copenhagen only made it 1 turn faster for the Eiffel Tower. So that's still a a very scary situation there at Copenhagen. I'm hoping that we can beat them to it, but at this point, all I can do is hope. I've done everything I can to see that happens. I can't really do a whole lot else, so we'll just have to ride that one out and see where it ends up. So let's see, what do we want next? The Eiffel Tower gives us a free social policy. Oh, that requires freedom. Yeah, that makes sense. So that's not going to help us, blah, 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 blah. A lot of military stuff later in the game and not nearly enough of whatever else. Oh, airport. There you go, tourism. Bam. Okay, we're just going to click that and just let it go. And that's going to give us a ton of military tech. It's going to catch up the whole bottom of the tech tree and get us all the way up to radar. And an airport is really good for tourism. So that's what we're going to work towards. So I guess pretty much everywhere I'm going to start working on hotels. That's going to be the biggest influential thing that I can do now. That's a super important building for me. And we're going to have to wait to see what goes on with this vote. Looking forward to that. If we can get that tax on the standing army thing, that would be pretty bad for pretty much every nation other than me. Because I'm pretty sure I have by far the smallest military force on the map. So that makes it that much more taxing to have a large military force that could potentially take me out and would make the other players think twice about building up a large force. And if they did build up a large force, they would be broke because of it. So good for me. Away with you. Only 2 turns to go for the Eiffel Tower. So nervous I'm not going to get that. All right, so standing army tax, I'm going to put everything into that because I really want that to happen. I honestly don't care about the... Now, I am allied with someone that has jewelry, so that would give me some happiness, but the standing army tax thing would be a lot more brutal. Actually, really quick, let's look at the cultural window and see what we have available. So we can do a music slot there and 2 artists there. We can do 2 artists here and an artist there and 2 writing there and another music there. So it looks like I still have more artist slots than anything else. So I am going to go ahead and use Faith. Oh, I already bought a great artist, so now it's 1,500 for that. Ugh. So I could do a musician or a writer, but the artist I would have to save up more for. Well, let's look at that again. I don't know if I'm going to save up that 1,500 or go into something else. I can do, let's see, 2 great works of writing and 2 great works of music, but I can do like 5 of art. So, you know what? I'm just going to save up the 1,500 instead and still keep pushing towards the great works of art since I have so many available slots for that. And now we should be able to see what those results were. I'm excited to see if we get that standing army tax because that would be really detrimental to everyone but me. Okay, so the standing army tax was not passed, unfortunately. Lot of nays. Basically, the only people putting a yay vote was 1 from Brazil, and then all 7 from me, and then a ton of nays, so that sucks. And the repeal was also not passed, so basically nothing happened, which is really lame. Okay, so I'm interested to try something, because I think that this would be interesting, the World's Fair. Basically, in your city's production screen, you can select to put production towards this project, and then there's rewards for whoever puts up the most. So for who puts up the most, your culture is increased by 100% for 20 turns, so that's super useful. The silver place gets a free social policy, and bronze gets 500 points towards their next golden age. So that's pretty cool, and I wouldn't mind putting up for that. So that's my proposal. Now we gotta wait a whole other freaking 25 turns before it even starts to become a thing, so we won't even get to really see much of it. There's only 100 turns left in the game, so we're getting closer and closer to the end of everything. Oh, okay, we got the Eiffel Tower. Whew! That makes me really happy. So we get happiness and culture and the 12 tourists, and the 12 tourists is huge. That is a giant increase in tourism and makes me super happy. So I'm really pumped about that. Let me finish selecting all the various things here, and then I'm going to get right to that. I need to make some archaeologists before anything else, and uncheck the avoid growth thing. So for now, it's going to make things a little bit slower, but I'm actually going to start gaining population growth there again. So I just want at least a couple. Because, like, Brazil was stuck at 15 for the longest time because they slowed theirs down, and then they increased it to 21. And I think they're still increasing it. So I'm thinking about putting my population up to, like, 22 or so, and then cutting it quits again. Because I have a ton of happiness, so I can spare it, to be honest with you. And now this place, it's taken them a million years to get anything accomplished, to be honest with you. So I'm going to try to increase their production. Workshop will do that. So now, yeah, 66 tourism. That is pretty rad. Geez, France, really starting to tick me off, is probably never going to be okay. I just barely got it to exotic, and it's probably going to go back down to unknown. Now, for a while now, though, I have had Carthage at popular, so I'm getting ever closer to 100% and becoming influential with them. And I've increased the Polynesia to rising instead of rising slowly. So they're close to being popular, and I have a percentage buff with everybody except for Austria. I haven't been able to work anything out with Denmark, with Austria yet to get some kind of bonus percentage thing going on there. But everybody else I have. You can see here under the cultural victoryness that, especially after that, because I was tied with France, they had 56, or they were slightly ahead of me, I should say, but the Eiffel Tower was a huge boost to me at 66, and Brazil's starting to try to make a comeback with the tourism, and they're up to 46. So the Eiffel Tower would have put them ahead of me on tourism, so it's really a big deal that I beat them to that and made them waste that production. So that is really awesome that I got that, and we can see that I'm on my way, but there is only about 100 turns or so left in this gameplay, so it is going to be getting increasingly more difficult. We're running out of time here, and I'm not sure that I'm going to pull this cultural victory off. For those of you that maybe missed the first episode and missed me talking about it, the whole point here was that my friend Pax gave me the challenge. I asked him to give me a challenging victory with a specific civ. So pick a civ and then pick a victory type that normally wouldn't do with that civ. So he told me to play as Denmark and get a cultural victory, and that's why I'm doing this. Just so you don't think I'm crazy for trying to do that. Ooh. The Norwegian ski infantry. What? Huh. But yeah, so that's why I'm actually doing that. That's why I'm going for that specific type of victory. Go ahead and upgrade my units here. So now, do they have both bonuses? Because they also had the bonus from the other thing. So do they keep both bonuses? Where they can attack good from the water and now also from hills and snow and stuff like that? Because now they're just getting kind of OP. Oh, wow, I'm out of money. Oh, geez, I can't even do that much. Well, that's just fantastic. Well, anyway, so I will have to state that I'm not sure that... Oh, good. See, they're happy with me. I'm not sure that I'm going to be able to pull off a cultural victory, but I'm giving it my best shot, and it's pretty challenging as Denmark to do this, so even if I don't pull it off, I'm pretty excited about the whole thing, and I'm having a lot of fun playing through this, because the challenge is exactly that. It is very challenging. It's really pushing the limits of Civ here as far as, you know, what it takes to get a victory. So let's see here. Did I get the thing? Yeah, I wanted to adopt a policy before I let everyone go because it's like one last thing that we can do kind of thing. Let's see, archaeologist, adopt the policy. So we can go back in ID. Now I got this, which means I can get another level 2 again. And I guess this is the way you want to go. Quantity of strategic resources produced is increased by 100%. Plus 5 food and plus 5 science in the capital. So that sounds pretty useful. So there you have it. So I think things are going well. I think they're going as well as could be expected. A cultural victory is a very difficult thing to obtain in Civ 5: A Brave New World, and it doesn't make it any easier that I'm playing as Denmark. So we'll continue to press on and see how things go. thanks for watching today. I appreciate the view and support as always, and I will see you next time. Later.